Greetings everyone. My name is Esteban Torres. I'm a Dynamics 365 Associate Consultant from Pangea Consultants, and today I will be showing you the Bolivia localization provided by Pangea. We will divide this explanation in 4 parts: setup, masters, transactions, and reports. So to start with this explanation, we will be going to the Bolivia localization module, which is a specific module created by Pangea to contain any elements specific to this localization. Before going into the detail about the setup, I should explain what a third party is. As its name implies, it's any external entity that plays a role in the accounting process of your company. In the concept of Dynamics, third parties basically are vendor, customers, and banks. Whenever one of those is created in the system within their own masters in their own models, it will appear created in this list as well with all their information, even the setup and its names. Now, with this explanation out of the way, we will go over all the setup required for the normal functionality of the localization within the Bolivia localization module. First, we will go over the person type setup. This is the way that the third parties are classified in the system. As you can see, they have a code assigned and a description to go into more detail. Keep in mind that all the setup that you will be looking was done according to what the Bolivia authority requires. Following the person type, we are going to look into the document type setup. This is basically a list of different identification documents that a third party can have to be recognized by the Bolivian authority. It varies depending if the third party is a person or an organization. As you can see, the localization gives the possibility to be as specific as needed with the document types, going as far as pointing out what characters are permitted, if numbers or letters, and how long should be the document number of the third party. Following up, we will go over the invoicing resolution. The Bolivia localization enables the possibility of setting up an actual resolution emitted by the Bolivia authority so a company can emit invoices. The start date and end date can be introduced as well as the number of files that the resolution enables. All of these related to a number sequence code field to tell the system which exact number sequence will be used for these transactions. Also, the localization gives the possibility of setting up an alarm in form of a notification that will notify the user if they are getting too close to the end of the resolution, albeit by date or by number of files. Next, we will go through the invoice specification setup. Invoice specification is just a way to classify accounts payable invoices by adding them to a code that will show the kind of transaction that is being done in regard of taxes. These codes are then again assigned by the Bolivia authority and are just created here as an informative field. That same rule applies to the following setup, that is payment document type. As its name implies, this setup is used to classify payments depending on the method of payment user. It may be by card, ACH, electronic transfer, check, etc. Following up with the classification setup, we will go over to the transaction type. This is yet another setup for classification of transactions, more specifically purchase invoices, and its classification is according to the purchase that is being performed and the rules that go along with it. Finally, the last setup is the payment type. This is yet another payment setup, but instead of being all about the method of payment, it goes more into detail about what is exactly being done with the payment and what is the ultimate goal of the transaction. And this is all there is in regards to the setup required for the Bolivia localization provided by Pangea Consultants. Following up, we will be looking at the setup is applied into the system, and first we will go into the masters.